fatigued, you guys? It seems like we talk about this. He's in every single conversation.
It's strange because, like, back in the days, I can't imagine me talking about politics. Like, we're all pretty girls. What are we talking about politics? We should be, like, drinking champagne and, like, being on someone's boat. So the fact that, like, everyone is talking about politics, even, like, 5-year-olds, it means there's such a problem. Like, everyone wants to talk about it.
You know who you remind me of? Hilary Banks.
Oh, I get that.
Hilary Banks. Like, yes.
Money is always an uncomfortable conversation to have with your significant other, especially when you're in the process of getting married. When is the appropriate time to talk about money?
On the first date.
First date? Okay, you are Hilary Banks.
Right. My mom always called me Hilary, yes.
What's the bother you if you found out your man is in debt?
If a man has student loan debt, that's okay. It means you went to school, you got an education. But did you use that debt to now have a career where you can afford to pay it off essentially and then afford to have the lifestyle that you want? So if it's student loan debt, that's great. Like, I clap for you. But if it's like credit card debt from being like, you know, buying cars and stuff, then it does show that you have some kind of irresponsibility that wouldn't work with me personally, because like I'm really responsible. So that wouldn't work with me. But yeah.
It depends what kind of debt.
It depends what kind of debt.
And how much, too.
I think that's fair. I said, would you expect your future husband or your man to take on your debt?
Personally, no. And from a personal...
Really, Hilary?
You're like, you're not being...
No, I just, for me personally, I feel like I want to come with a clean slate. So with my student loans and stuff, I paid off all of mine. I want to feel like thank you. I want to feel like I'm not a burden in any way, and that makes me like more like valuable. I don't know, but I don't think I'm I don't know. Girl. What the hell do I know?
I think you have a different answer.
Baby, so if you want this, like, it's serious. I mean, it may come with, not the perfect slate, but, if you have it and you love me, then it works for all of us.
Okay.
That's a union. Sir, if it is on your heart.
I like it. Thank you for keeping it real, lady.
I'm keeping it very real. I feel like you can't help who you love. And then the beauty of being a queen like she is that when you have so much power, you can choose whoever you love. She doesn't have to marry a king or have to be with someone super perfect. And I think that it's not the best choice for most people or her fans, but for her, if that's what her heart wants, I mean, who are we to judge? So.
Wow, okay. What do you think?
He needs to do the full time, especially even the man in his power. It also shows an example and makes everyone afraid. Like, don't you dare, because nothing is going unnoticed these days. So he needs to be set at that example. He's lived a good life. He's lived a long life. So I don't feel bad for him, honestly.
I agree. Especially because of his position.
Yes.
Exactly. It wasn't just an individual. He represents an industry.
Yes.
Right? And make it okay for that to be the norm in this industry. Right. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to audition where the director has closed the door, locked it, asked me to take off clothes, and then I had to like finesse my way out.
Yeah. It's just too common and it's too sad. And this guy that you mentioned as well, one day, when is the right day to put someone on blast? Because people always say, like, why did you girls wait so long to talk about Harvey? So how long does this guy get? How long does someone that I know across the street get? So when do you decide, like, I'm going to say something, even if it's been 10 years? But how does it help people around if you don't say something today?
Right. Got whole rapists out here in these streets, and you got people that are really, it's so annoying.
Which is why I really admire Kim Kardashian, right, these days. Like her or hate her, anybody can say whatever. I love what she's doing, like picking these stories of people who are locked up for such little reasons, and it's like, no, we just forgot all about them. So people that have voices and power that you want to go into, like finding cases that are, people are really suffering that don't deserve to be there, and the ones that deserve to be there out here still doing what they shouldn't be doing. Are we really hiding under this virus? Like, what's going on? Is there a war that's about to happen in 2 minutes? Because like we're all so focused on germs. Like I
agree. Like, I love that Kim is using her platform because, like, I mean, there's nothing to criticize about it. What about, how do these women feel that have been trying for 5, 10, for all these years, right?
Yeah.
And their work goes unnoticed. Yeah. And a reality star, and I think, again, I have to say, we so appreciate what she's doing. I'm glad she's using her platform. Yeah. But why does it take celebrity to make it matter? It just wish that the women that really...
It's bittersweet. That's the perfect word for it, because we don't want those who are getting away from this mess because of Kim's influence to suffer all in the name of, why does she get to do it because she's a celebrity? So it's like, like, we're glad to see you out. We wish she wasn't the only one that's getting the acknowledgement. I hope that Kim also uses that as a tool to give credit to those who are doing it with her, maybe form a team and make it more about a team doing it and not so much on her name. Right. That would be a beautiful thing to see as well, like create a whole firm that gets people out instead of just her.
Okay, now singer Neo and his wife have called it quits. Neo is saying his wife returned the wedding ring because she's never been money hungry. Would you return a ring after a failed engagement if your marriage was over? Y'all giving back the engagement ring? I'm not.
I don't think that's money hungry. But
I don't think so either.
I don't think keeping your gift. I don't think that's money hungry.
Plus, she fulfilled her. That was for the engagement, so we got past that and got married.
I was like, let's be specific, because if it's engagement and you're not married yet, then yes, give the ring back, because that ring is a condition that we walk down the aisle. But if we are already married, this is now my property. And I will use it as I see fit and pawn it where I need to be pawned.
Nice bracelet, nice watch.
Yes.
Did you return all the jewelry or just?
No, everything that was in that marriage is mine.
Exactly.
That's how I see
that.
it.
So no one's giving it back?
No.
He seemed like he was really into her, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What do y'all think about it?
Well, that changes the dynamic, okay? If she's the one that cheated and he has these lyrics, he has the right to
His feelings are
vent it out. But if he's the one in the wrong, then of course, no, you don't get the ring back. But now we'll just see how it
The
depends.
song, though, I'm on to better things. I'd be like, ooh.
Oh, man.
So no one's giving it back. So I like that we've established how black women don't cheat.
We don't cheat. We don't.
Not
You know,
the women that we know of, unheard of, we don't know her.
No, I don't know. Cheating is so
Mariah.
painful. I don't know. We can't do that. No.
All right, look, Gayle King, let's move on to Gayle King. She recently opened up to Oprah about the backlash she received after her interview with Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant.
Gayle is big enough and she's powerful enough to tell the executive producers, I'm not talking about this. So some people are saying, okay, what if she had to do it? Because, you know, we get pressured. Okay, this is your job. You know, reality shows, you have to say
Gayle
this.
been doing this for too long.
But she's like, you know, Oprah's colleague. If she wanted to say, we're not talking about it, they would all listen. No one's going to force someone like Gayle to talk about anything.
Gayle will open up her own stuff.
If it was like a fresh face, then I would be scared to not ask the question.
A fresh face, someone new in the game, I 100% understand, like, I don't want to lose this opportunity.
Exactly.
But Gayle wasn't going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Have you ever noticed how quickly people go to follow somebody after they passed?
I know.
There's no more new posts.
And support.
What are you following?
I never really understood that.
Like, they hate you when you're alive, and as soon as you die, it's like, oh my God, I
was following them.
It was really good. You
just want to be attached to say.
So why are we like this? Why are we like this? Because like we're all a little guilty of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as much as I could sit here and act like I don't, I've done it.
I didn't follow Kobe after he passed, but I did follow his wife.
I sure did too. I need to see how she was doing.
I think it's curiosity of what is she going through.
I understand that
like,
more than the following someone is passing, but I think it's just being attached to that light.
All the communication instruments in place, we talk to each other less.
Because there you have no standard of how you talk to somebody.
Right.
Because when you see somebody face to face, you don't have that same energy.
You know, ever.
So you got to keep the same energy.
It's really sad, but social media is making people more social, but internally more lonely. Like deep down inside, people are not connecting the way they used to, and it's not something I think it's going to get better. That's why I feel like if you have your core right now, really make sure you're like watering those grasses because it's hard to come along new genuine people because we are so exposed and there's nothing we can really do about like desensitizing our exposure. Like get that out of your head. It's like no. It's
we need to bring back ass kickings, I think.
I'm telling you.
Ass kicking, no guns. Like, oh, you disrespect me, oh, you can't get slapped.
Meet me outside.
Now we have all these laws. We can't do the ass kickings.
I know.
If you even touch a
we can't even put your phone away.
But people
have their phones. Like we are all just in a little bubble. Like don't touch this person. Don't say the wrong thing. You don't want to end up on jail, like in jail or a Me Too movement on you. It's so scary to be a human these days.
When I was younger, you could never get away with talking to people the way people are so grimy. I was on show.
Not just the base. Think about how comedians feel these days. You can't even make jokes anymore without like, okay, let's pick something. Okay, so this was against this race. This was against this sexuality. They're afraid to make jokes nowadays because everything is so attacked. So, Fancy Achelanu. It's a very unique name. It's Nigerian.
Does that mean something?
Yes, it means it's my last name. Okay. That's all I know.
No deep meaning there then.
I mean, it's from my tribe in Nigeria, so I'm sure it has 100 different meanings, but, you know.
My apologies for that.
No, of course, it's fine. I'm used to it.
Who else's name did I butcher? I butchered your name as well. I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Beautiful panel. Thank you so much for being here.